This is a companion video to our 100% Xenoblade Chronicles playthrough. As we are playing it, I've been going through and getting the achievements in it. And I've discovered something. There is no comprehensive achievement guide. I have scoured many a Reddit thread and a GameFAQs article. There is no comprehensive video, so I thought I'll just make it myself, in case anyone else wants one. The achievements themselves, they're not hard. Some of them you just need the proper setup for, and the proper knowledge to know what you actually have to do. And luckily, only a few of them are missable in a playthrough. I think it's only like 2. And of course, the game does have New Game Plus, so if you do happen to miss those, you can just get them again on a second go. I will be organizing this by just the list, just going down it one by one, and I will be showcasing the proper setup for everything and what you need to do. So of course there will be spoilers, just to let you know. It will go up to like the end of the game. Alright, let's begin. First off, we actually begin by going to the achievements. If you don't know, they're down here in the Collectibles tab. And they are sorted by records and trials. 150 records, 50 trials. The records save across all playthroughs. No matter how many New Game Pluses you do, if you do a record, it's gonna stay done. The trials are reset every playthrough though, because these are more progress-based. These are unique things, these are accumulative things. So let me start with the trials. You have the first couple 3 here, which is just defeat unique monsters. Very simple, unique monsters. You had the tutorial for them. They are the monsters with unique names, and there's around 200 in the game. You will probably get this one if you're fighting a lot that you see, and there's not really many you can miss. After that, we have up to 150 landmarks. If you're properly exploring, you will get this, because you definitely want to find the landmarks, because those are the fast travel points. And I could not imagine having to backtrack across this game without those. So definitely explore each map thoroughly to get these. Then we have the 12 secret areas. Also goes hand in hand with the landmarks. They're just a little bit more secretive. But again, if you're exploring well, you should find them. Then we have the 120 people on the affinity chart. This also kind of goes with the exploring, but make sure you're talking to every named person. Talk to them, trade with them, get them registered, make sure to talk to people. Simple as that. And then we get to these ones, which is know all of the people in these sections. So we have, firstly, the Brave Protectors. This one is one of the missable ones, for some reason. And the only reason why, you can talk to all the Defense Force people in Colony 9, but one of them, Nick, he can then be invited to Colony 6. So you have to talk to Nick before he's available to transfer to Colony 6. Because if you don't, you cannot get this achievement on your first go. Which is very strange. I don't know why they did that. But there you go. Just make sure you talk to Nick. After that, we have the other register people into affinity chart ones. You have one for Nopon outside of populated areas, which is like the traders and things like that. So you have 2 on Bionis leg. I believe that's the one outside of Colony 6. And there's only a couple, there's like 3 or 4. So this one should not be that bad. People in Colony 6, this does include the people you invite. So you won't get this one until you invite everyone to Colony 6. The Nopon in Frontier Village, there are quite a lot, but no one moves, so you can get this one. There just are a lot. High Entia with small head wings. If a High Entia is still alive, they will count towards this, because they have the small head wings because they're half Homs, and they're still alive. So just go to all your refugee places, you'll find them. And then the Machina in the Hidden Village. Hidden Village is very tiny, there's only a couple, so this one is quite easy. Now we go to our Roots Across the World ones, which is having people form affinity with each other. This one will take most of the game, and it really depends on completing a whole bunch of quests, talking to people at multiple times of the day to register their links, and yes, talk to them multiple times on multiple hours, because some of those links are only available for a tiny period of time. But you don't need to get every single link to get this, it's just a lot. So there is some wiggle room here, but it is quite a lot, so just make sure you're doing your quests and talking to people at multiple hours. Then you have 3-star and 5-star affinity with each area. That also coincides with the do quests and talk to people. And if you're doing that, you'll get these as well. Not that bad. Then we have heartwarming and heartbreaking. These are technically missable in a playthrough, because you could experience every heart-to-heart and not get either of these. But just make sure you get at least one go the best and one go the worst. I would suggest the one that goes the worst is your very first one with Fiora and Shulk, because she's gonna come back and you're gonna have better affinity with her anyway. Because you're gonna use her a lot, and there are more heart-to-hearts after that. So I would use that one to get heartbreaking, and then of course every other heart-to-heart can go as best as possible. So these are technically missable, but not really. Then you have your ones for doing all the heart-to-hearts. Just do all of them. None of them are missable. Really depends on just getting your character's affinity up. And while I'm here, I guess I can tell you a good way to grind affinity. There is a unique monster in Aerith Sea called Stormy Belagon. And he has a thing where if you hit him, you get sleeped. Sleeped? Slumped. He has a sleep spike. So, the best way to do that, have one character resistant to spikes or debuffs. I believe it's debuff resist, those gems. And your other two characters not. So your other two characters will hit him and get sleep every time, and then you can press the B button to wake them up and encourage them. And they will keep trying to hit him, so you can get like a lot of affinity very quickly. So if you're looking for affinity to grind, definitely do that. Do not get out of your way to give people collectibles. That is the easiest way to get affinity. Alright, there we have the quest ones. 300 quests. Just do the quests. You know which ones are missable. They say it on the quest log. And not really that bad. Next we have change someone's life through your actions. I think that's just in a story quest that has a choice in it. There are a good number of those, so if you're doing quests, you'll get this one. We have 150 population of Colony 6. That's just invite people and level it up. Simple as that. And then we have finish reconstructing Colony 6. Just reconstruct all of it. Very, very simple. And there are the trials. Again, these will reset if you do a New Game Plus, so make sure you finish all these before you start it up. So now we go to the nitty-gritty, the records. Since these do transfer over, a lot of them are grindy. They will take a while. But there's only a couple that are really bad. So let's go through these. We have 50,000 damage or more in a single attack. Not really that bad. You will get this one passively if you're just keeping up to date with your equipment and things like that. And I'm pretty sure if you get to level 99 and you go to like a level 1 enemy, you should get this. Not really one you have to focus on, you'll get it while doing other things. Then we have, I believe it's 5,000 enemies. As you can see, I haven't got this one yet. But this is another one you will get while doing other things. While grinding for AP or money or gems, you're going to fight a lot of enemies. So eventually you will get there. You don't need to grind specifically for enemies. While you're doing other things, you will get this one. Next we have time for new glasses, 100 hacks that miss. You try to fight high-level enemies that you can't hit. Do that. Next we have win a battle without doing anything. Just fight a low-level enemy and hang back while your party members fight it. Simple as that. Next we have the ones where it's just defeat a number of enemies. Mechon. Probably do it in the Mechonis areas or Fallen Arm. Ground monsters, that's literally every monster on the ground. You will get this one. Aerial monsters. Not as many, but also not that bad. Only 250 of each. We have 100 insects. That's like the flyers and the wisps. You won't fight that many while doing quests, I don't think. But it's only 100, and all the insects are pretty weak. So you'll most likely one-shot all of them. 100 ether-based. That's the nebulas and the things in the Bionis interior. Again, it's only 100, and there are weak nebulas. Won't be that bad. 100 Telethia. This will only really be possible at the end of the game, when Telethia start roaming everywhere. You could go to Alchemoth and do a couple laps there, but really it's anywhere. You won't get this one passively, but it's not that bad to get. And luckily, you only have to do 30 fish, because sometimes fighting the fish are annoying, because you have to lure them over. And if you get too far in the water, you start swimming, so only 30, that's perfectly fine. Now then, here's an annoying one. Smashed 1,000 vision tags. So of course, when you're in a fight against a strong enemy, and they're going to do a big attack, sometimes you'll get a vision for it. And if you change the future somewhat, it will smash that tag. So you have to do that 1,000 times. Now, the way to grind this out, you pick Melia, and you put up Summon Earth and Summoned Wind. I did this on the Bunny Super Boss in Satoral Marsh. Basically, you fight him with your 2 other party members, and once he gets a vision going, you have your Earth and Wind up, and you just walk in between the range to apply those to your party members while the vision is up. And you can get like a good 5 or 6 during each one, so this one will take a bit. But it's just a lot of walking back and forth to smash the tag. So that's really it. That's all the help I can give you. Definitely have Shulk in your party, because that will increase the time a vision is up for, and probably the chance of a vision happening. But other than that, just do it a lot. And to accompany that, we have Stop the Future 50 times. Now that's not smashing a tag, that's like killing an enemy while a vision is up. There are a number of ways you can do this. The easiest is probably just leveling yourself down and fighting an easier unique monster, since they have more of a chance to do a move that will trigger a vision, and then killing them in a chain attack, because the chain attack will do a lot of damage, so you have a better chance of killing them while the vision is still up. This one may give you a little trouble, but you know, there's a wide variety of ways to do this one, so just try it out. You only have to do it a couple of times, and it shouldn't be that bad. Then we have revived incapacitated party members 500 times. The way to grind out this one, because definitely you will not have this passively, you go to the Bionis leg, and you go to Immovable Gonzalez. He has the spike that deals damage just by being in his range. So, you equip one of your characters with Spike Resist, and you level down Shulk and Rhine to level 1, so they're basically always dead. You want to play as Ricky, because he has the skill called Kissy Kissy, which halves the amount of bar you need to revive an ally. Now, of course, you can link this to other people, but I think just doing it as Ricky is easy, because he also has a move called Happy Happy, which when you have high tension, you can get a whole bar. And the easy thing about that is, you can just lock onto an enemy, start the fight and get the beginning quick time, then use Happy Happy, then immediately leave the fight, and keep doing that to already get a full bar. So, if you do that, and then you fight Gonzalez, Shulk and Rhine will keep dying, and if you also have the skill called Unwavering Courage from Fiora on, you will be able to revive them without running out of the party gauge, ever. So you can just keep doing that for a good bit, until you get to 500. Then we have deal 5,000 critical hits. We got this one passively, but if you somehow don't have it over the whole course, Dunban has a art or heat haze that makes every hit he does a critical. So just fight with Dunban and use that art, and you will get this one. Then we have Battle Start Affinity 1,000 times. That is the just quick time event when you lock onto an enemy and hit the fight button. And you can just lock on, do it, and then immediately flee, and just keep doing that 1,000 times. It will take a bit, but very simple to do. You can probably do other things while doing this one. Then we have High Tension 200 times. You will get this one passively, because I think that also coincides with the Battle Start Affinity. And also, during fights, you can get up to High Tension. Another passive one. Then we have 1,000 chain attacks. So, for this one, this will coincide with your 5,000 enemies. Basically, this one and the 5,000 enemies will also coincide with the AP ones. So I will delve into it more when we get to those. Just know, if you're fighting enemies, you'll probably doing a lot of chain attacks as well. But I will go into it more when we get to the AP one. Chain attack of 100,000 damage. You'll get this one passively if your people are strong enough. And you're doing high damaging moves like sword drive or backslash. Things like of that nature. This one, you'll get this one. Chain attack with 5 links or more. Just make sure your people are high affinity and you are equipping skills that up the chance for a link. And making sure you don't miss the QuickTime event. But if you're doing 1,000 chain attacks, you will most definitely get this one. 50 back attacks. Shulk literally has backslash. So if you don't somehow have 50 back attacks, I have no idea. Just use backslash the way you're meant to. That also coincides with the ninja skills. Enemy from behind and beat it in 1 strike. If you're level 99, you can literally just go to random level 1 in the starting area and do that. Jaws of Defeat won a battle while on the verge of death. Now, this one, it is party leader below 15% HP. You can use the poison swamps or any other like hazardous overworld things to lower your health, and then hopefully there's a low enemy nearby. But we did get this one passively. So I think over the course you will probably get this one, but if not, use the poison swamps, and there's probably something nearby that you can kill with relative ease. Just make sure you don't have any healers on, or they'll just heal you. Then we have die. It's literally it, just yeah. And then wiped out 50 times. Now, when it says wiped out, that means the whole party. So you can't just kill who you're playing as. You need the whole party to be dead. An easy way to do this: on the Fallen Arm, there is a super boss called Ancient Daedala, and if you get close enough to it, it will immediately start the fight by shooting a laser at you. And if you level yourself down, or have no equipment on, and you get close enough to it, that one laser will kill everyone in 1 shot. So you can just keep doing that 50 times, and you will have that one. Little grindy, not that bad. Then we have use arts 10,000 times. You'll get this one passively. If you're fighting enemies, if you're doing some of these other achievements, you will get this one passively. Then we have use each character's art 100 times. Really, the only bad thing about this is playing as Charla, to be fully honest. But other than that, just play a character a good bit. 100 times using an art won't take that long, in all honesty. So just make sure you're playing as everyone. And yeah. We have unlocked the ability to level up your arts completely. That is from getting an advanced book. You get those from unique monster drops, high-level unique monster drops, and that lets you level up your art to level 10. So just get one of those books, and you will get those. Now, of course, this doesn't count the master books that you get from the Nopon Sage, so don't have to worry about those for this specific achievement. Next, we have raised an art to the maximum level. Again, that counts for only the advanced book, not for the master book, so simple there. Then we have max out all the arts of one character. So now, I will go over how we grind AP. And grinding AP will also go with your 5,000 enemies and your 1,000 chain attacks. The way to do this, you go to Tephra Cave and you go to the Heavenly Window fast travel point. You walk across into the Arachno lair and you walk around the circle, getting the aggro of every Arachno in that area. You do a AoE move or a Stream Edge or a Dunban Soaring Tempest to build up your chain attack bar, kill a whole bunch of enemies, and if you kill an enemy in a chain attack, that gives you a bar back. So since there are like 14, 15 enemies in that one area, you will basically always have a max party bar to keep doing chain attacks. And you want to make sure you're leveled down enough to where you get the full benefits of your AP. Just make sure you have good enough equipment on so you can still take them out with relative ease. So, you clear out that room, then you skip travel back to the Heavenly Window, and just make your way back there. And you should have a max chain attack bar from going back there, and you just keep doing that. And by doing that, you will get a lot of AP, you will get a lot of chain attacks, and you will get a lot of enemies dealt with. And that also, surprisingly, coincides with the skill branches, because doing that same setup also gets you the max amount of SP. So if you do that, you will also max out all the skill branches. And sharing the knowledge, received shared skills from every character, that's just having enough affinity coins to link a skill onto one character from everyone. So you should basically have this one once you get every party member. And you've been fighting enough unique monsters. After that, we have the worst one. No joke, no buffoonery. This is the worst one. 2,000 burst affinity. Now then, you're probably wondering, what's a burst affinity? Burst affinity is when you're in the middle of a fight and the QuickTime event happens and a character calls out a name like Dunban, Melia says, and then you hit the QuickTime event and then the tension goes up and they get a little affinity boost. So you have to get that 2,000 times. A random chance QuickTime event 2,000 times. Now luckily, we do know how it happens. It's when you miss or when you dodge an attack. So the method I found, you go to Fallen Arm, you go to the bridge, and you go to this big boy. And you equip everyone with weapons that don't hurt Mechon. You play as Melia, you can, just to set up some regenerating water. And you equip either haste or double attack, a lot of those on everyone if you can. Also make sure to get rid of any arts that are on your characters. I chose Dunban and Ricky and left them with one art because the game makes you leave them with one art that they literally cannot use. So I just left them with those, and then they would only auto attack, so it just increases the chance of a burst affinity appearing. And you just fight the thing. And that's literally the best setup. This will take the longest time. Don't lose hope. It will take you a long time. It says difficulty 1 chili pepper. That's malarkey. It took me about 5-6 hours, and that was after the entire game. So this one is the worst. It will take you a while, but there's the setup. Next we have defeat an enemy 10 levels higher than yourself. This one is actually pretty easy because there are specific enemies that are weak even if they're 10 levels higher. You go to the Fallen Arm, you go to the beach, and there are these Crabbles and Flamies. And yeah, you can just go 10 levels below. You up your agility so you can actually hit them. And yeah, there's that. Quite simple, actually. Next we have deal 666 damage and 777 damage. We got these passively. I think you just will get these eventually. Just keep fighting. Maybe change your weapons around if you're doing too much damage. And you will get these eventually. Hopefully you get these just over the course of your regular playthrough. Next we have use skip travel 50 times. You will get this passively. Skip travel is beautiful and you will use it a lot. Then we have 50 rare treasure chests. Those are the silver ones. You will get those because you need those drops for quests and stuff, and they have good drops anyway. Then we have 50 super rare, which are the gold ones. And if you're fighting unique monsters, they drop a gold every time anyway. So technically, the gold ones are not as rare as the silver ones. Then we have 1,000 rare or super rare. So cumulative 1,000 silver and gold chests. If you're fighting the enemies for the AP and stuff achievements, you'll get this eventually, but you do have to open them. You can't just leave them sitting around. If you see a silver or a gold, make sure you open it. Then we have harvest ether crystals 500 times. Hopefully you get this one passively, because we did not. The best areas for this are the ether mine, of course, because that has a lot of deposits. And really, you just go across the whole map getting every deposit you can find. And when you get to the last area with a deposit, hopefully the first area you were searching has already respawned its crystals. Because you have to wait real time for the deposits to replenish. You can't, like, save scum or anything with these. So just keep doing that while you're doing other stuff, and you'll get it eventually. Then we have 77 rare ether crystals, and you'll know it's rare if it has the different sound effect, like that. And luckily, you can save scum these. So you can just save in front of a deposit and check it, and if it's not rare, you can just load it back and check it again. So by doing that, you can guarantee you're getting a rare every time. So getting to 77 won't be that bad. Then we have mine a rank 5 ether crystal. You'll just get that while getting the other ones. You know, if you're late in the game, you're probably going to get that pretty soon. Then we have fill all the gem slots. If you have equipment that has every gem slot open, you can just do that. This one is not that hard. Then we have do gem crafting and receive a synergy bonus. We have receive a synergy bonus more than 500 times. We have 3 fever states. And we have support bonus for every character and fill the cylinder gauge 9 times. All these gem crafting ones are not that bad. If you do gem crafting with max affinity, you will get the synergy bonuses, the support bonuses, the fever states, easy. For the fever states specifically, you want Shulk and Rhine, and despite what you may think, you don't have to get a fever state 3 times in one gem crafting. You can just do it in one gem crafting session. If you're making a whole bunch of gems, just make sure that happens 3 times, and you'll get that. And then the only one that's a little tricky is fill up the cylinder gauge 9 times. That is that one little bar right there. For that one, you want Charla and Ricky. Just keep doing it with those 2, and you'll get it eventually. I got most of these ones in like 30 minutes. None of the gem crafting achievements are hard, and if you're making gems over the course of your game, you're probably going to get these without having to do anything. Now we come to one which is another annoying one. Happy New Year. Witness the sun rising on the 366th day. What this means is when you're changing the time, it has to go over to a new day, so midnight 000, and then it has to pass dawn, which is 5. So it has to do that cycle 366 times. So you can grind it by just setting it to 23, having the clock roll over, then setting it to 4, and then having the clock roll over. So that will take 2 minutes, because each hour is a minute. In real time. So you can just do that while doing anything else. But the simpler method, and the method that I went with, just leave your console on for about 6.5 days. That is the total amount of time if you're starting from 0. If you have your console on straight for like 6.5 days, you will immediately get the achievement. Without having to do anything else, you will just get it passively while sleeping, eating, pooping, I don't know. Just do that, don't bother with the time method. Unless you really want to. We have terminal velocity, fall to your demise from a great height. There are a couple just bottomless pits in the world, just jump into any one of those. We have fall into water from a height of 200 meters. I guess Machna Falls is a good choice. We also got this one passively, but Machna Falls probably will do that. Then we have complete every page in the Collectopedia. Luckily, collectibles are not missable, even from the Mechonis areas, because if your Colony 6 is high enough level, the areas that spawn collectibles will spawn collectibles from every area in the game. Of course, it is easier to just get the collectibles while you're in the Mechonis areas, so you won't have to worry about the abysmal drop rates. And then of course you have the other page, which just make sure you have high affinity with the areas. And the only one that could give you trouble is the love source, because for that one you need a drop from a super boss. Only a drop from a super boss will have enough value to be able to trade for it. But luckily, you don't have to kill a super boss to get it. You can just use Ricky and yoink, and you can get one. So just get one of those, trade with the guy, get a love source, make sure you're playing as Shulk, and have the skill that gives you a trading bonus, and you can get a love source. And that will be every page in the Collectopedia. Now we have the ones that involve the gift-giving system, Give Shulk 20 pieces of machinery, give Ryan an energy aubergine, have Fiora give 20 gifts to Shulk, give Dunban a gift he hates, give Charla 20 fruit, have Melia give 30 gifts, have Ricky give insects as gifts, and give a love source as a present. Most of these are self-explanatory. If you're just getting collectibles, you can do most of these. The only one that maybe you won't get is giving Dunman something he hates. Now luckily it's not a full hate, you can just do a double heart down, and for that we gave him an ether plum. There's probably a couple more that he hates, but just, you know, give him a bunch of stuff, he'll hate one eventually. Then we have talk to people 1,000 times. You're gonna do that, not really that complicated. Then we have party members step into conversations 300 times. Now, what this means is when you're accepting a quest, and a specific party member gives extra dialogue when you're accepting it. I would suggest, before accepting any quest, looking up which character steps in for it, and then putting that character in the party, and you will get that little bonus dialogue. So if you're doing that with every quest you're doing, you will get this one. Next we have form deep affinity between all party members. Already went over the affinity grinding, so do that, Stormy Belagon, and you will get this. Next we have trade 100 times. Just trade 100 times. It will take a bit, but it's not really that bad. And finally, the last achievements are getting the trade exclusive collectibles. I will now go down the list and tell you how to get each of these. The Minute Mantis, you need 3-star affinity with Colony 9, and Sonia has it. The Golden Cog is in Colony 6 with 3-star affinity, and Olexi has it. The Love Beetle is 3-star affinity with Frontier Village, and Lupa has it. The Thunder Compass is 3-star affinity with Upper Bionis area in Aerith Sea, and Jirak has it. And an Angel Engine Y is 3-star affinity with the Machina, and Raxet has it. And just to finish out the other section, for the Coin of Fortune, it's 3-star affinity with Colony 6, and Makrish has it. And the Love Source is 5-star affinity with Colony 6, and Jarell has it. And there you have it. The comprehensive achievement guide for Xenoblade 1. Hopefully I relayed all the information well. If you're still confused about something, just leave a comment and I'll make sure to answer it to the best of my ability. And hopefully this helps people get all the achievements just that little tiny bit easier. I have been Player One, and I'll see you in something else. Bye bye.